Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Jacob Fett, and today I'm back with a part 7 for the Luke left Tatooine and joined the Imperial Academy fanfiction. The support has been so amazing on the first 6 parts, and these are some of my favorite videos to make, so today we have a part 7. If you guys do enjoy these fanfiction videos, make sure to drop a like, but with that being said, let's get straight into it. We're picking up right where we left off. The timing for Vader couldn't have been any better. He always knew it was going to be a matter of time before the Emperor was going to try and replace him, having Luke take his place. And with Luke's training almost being complete, Vader knew it was now or never. He was going to try and overthrow the Emperor. After a couple of days, Luke and Vader take off in their TIE fighters, leaving Mustafar. They set their course for where the Death Star was currently stationed and jump into hyperspace. They then arrive at the Death Star, as they are greeted by hundreds of officers and soldiers when they land. They then make their way to the room on the Death Star where the Emperor was waiting for them. When they walk in, Luke and Vader both greet the Emperor before approaching him to tell him about the recent encounter with Ahsoka Tano. Vader's attention started to drift away as his thoughts shifted from the conversation to his plan from earlier. Luke was here with him, and it was now the time. The Emperor notices Vader's attention slipping away as he asks him, "Lord Vader, is everything alright?" Vader quickly snaps back and replies, "Yes, my master," as Luke closely watches the encounter between the two. You could feel the tension start to build in the room. The dark side clouded everyone's vision. There was no telling what the next move could be. All of a sudden, the alarms of the Death Star start to go off, echoing throughout the entire space station. As the troopers start to run and scatter through the halls, each going to their respected stations, a fleet of rebels make the jump out of hyperspace. Grand Moff Tarkin quickly enters the room to officially alert the three that a rebellion fleet has jumped out of hyperspace and is beginning an attack on the Death Star. Vader is practically stunned. He says to the Emperor, "An attack on the Death Star? That's impossible. The rebellion was destroyed almost 2 years ago along with the plans on Yavin 4. If you're wondering what Vader is referring to here, in this timeline, after the events of Rogue One took place, the Empire tracked the Tantive 4 with Leia and the Death Star plans back to Yavin 4, where they found and uncovered the secret rebel base. In response, the Empire then proceeded to bomb the rebel base, crumbling everything that was there. It was rumored that every member of the rebellion was destroyed, along with the Death Star plans. Each version of the story differs based on who you asked, but there is only truly one person in the galaxy who knows what happened that day. The Emperor looks out at the rebellion fleet before turning back to Luke and Vader as he tells them that this incapable rebel army will be no threat to them. The Emperor then says, "Lord Vader and young Luke, take care of these rebel scum." Vader replies, "Right away, master," as Luke nods his head agreeing. The two then start to make their way back to the hangar bay. As Luke and Vader make their way through the halls of the Death Star, Luke says to Vader, "How is it possible that the rebellion has returned so quickly?" Vader replies, "I'm not sure, my son, but something is," as he stops talking and looks around for a moment. Luke looks back at Vader saying, "I can feel it too." They get to the hangar and take off, flying out of the Death Star. The rebel fleet was being led by 2 X-Wings, which were being flown by none other than Leia Organa and Ahsoka Tano. As the two continued to lead the rebel fleet towards the Death Star, Luke and Vader were leading a squad of TIE fighters directly towards the rebels. The rebels then started their attack, as the two sides engaged in an all-out space battle. Leia and Ahsoka descend into the trench of the Death Star, as Luke and Vader split to follow the two. Ahsoka sees the two following and tells Leia that she's gonna split off and try to distract them. Ahsoka pulls away, splitting from Leia. Vader tells Luke, "Stay on that X-Wing, I will take this one," as Vader splits to follow Ahsoka. After trailing Ahsoka for a few moments, Vader had his shot as his TIE fighter locks onto her X-Wing. Just as he is about to fire, he feels through the Force and senses that the X-Wing is being flown by his old apprentice, Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka can feel Vader and accepts her fate as she looks off to Leia, knowing she is the final hope. Vader fires the green lasers of his TIE fighter into the X-Wing, leaving nothing but scraps of the ship remaining. Leia looks off in disbelief as she sees the explosion of Ahsoka's ship off in the distance. Leia was close to the target and she was now the last hope for the rebellion in the galaxy. Luke continued to fire at Leia as she maneuvered around, avoiding the shots. Leia sees the opening and fires into the thermal exhaust port. Knowing there's nothing more he can do, Luke quickly turns and flies away. A couple of seconds later, the Death Star blows into pieces. The shockwave of the explosion sends Luke and Vader flying back with their ship spinning out of control. After a brief moment, the two of them both regain control of their TIE fighters. But by this time, what was left of the rebellion along with Leia had already jumped into hyperspace and left. Luke and Vader then regroup and jump into hyperspace, heading back to Mustafar, knowing they will be safe there for the time being. Alright guys, that is going to do it for part 7 of this fanfiction. I really enjoyed making this one, so if you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like and subscribe down below for more Star Wars videos. Also let me know in the comments if you want to see a part 8, and let me know if you have any other fanfiction suggestions. Feel free to leave them in the comments as well. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you.